Well, hello and welcome to another rousing edition of The Long Haul here on a Friday the 13th, which means I'm probably going to be watching some horror movies tonight if I am in the mood when I get home. I don't have any Friday the 13th movies, which is kind of surprising since I am a horror nut. The only movie with Jason in it I have is Freddy vs. Jason. I always kind of liked Freddy better than Jason, anyways. I don't know. It's just a personal preference of mine. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the look is iconic, with the hockey mask and the machete and everything, but that franchise went off the rails pretty much with the very first sequel. Spoiler warnings for, a movie from the 80s, but in the very first Friday the 13th movie, Jason wasn't even in it. The killer was his mother. He showed up in a dream sequence, but it was a partially decomposed, deformed child, not the big, unstoppable killing machine that we had for, God, how many movies? I don't feel like looking it up. It's a lot of movies. But they had him show up in the second movie as an adult, and he was supposed to have drowned as a child. How does that work? I'm thinking too much about this, but now that's kind of how I operate. I think about stupid things too much. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? So, when last we spoke, I said that, last Friday, I said that coming Monday, which was this past Monday, that I was going to be talking to my doctor about possibly going on some sort of medication. Whether it be for pain or for depression. Looks like I'm getting a combo. I'm being put on a medication that gets used to treat fibromyalgia. I have a lot of friends who do have that, and some of them were like, well, okay, this could help. Others were like, it didn't do anything for me. And then somebody also pointed out that with fibro, they don't treat the cause, they just treat the symptoms, which basically is what's going on in my case. They're treating the symptoms, the cause, can't really do anything about it at this point. I've already fought the virus off. It's just the lingering parting gifts that the virus left me. It's not fun. So I got put on that. I've only taken 2 doses. This is one of those cumulative medications. So it's going to take probably, she said, about 4 weeks for me to see any sort of effect, be it good or ill. And I'll be talking to her again in about another week and a half, just at the 2-week mark, just to make sure that things are going kind of the way they're supposed to. So we shall see. Health-wise, my appetite went down again. It kind of comes and goes, and it's in the going stage. And then today I noticed things weren't tasting right. Actually, I've noticed that last couple of days, but it became more pronounced today. I still have my sense of taste. Things weren't tasting right, and thus they didn't taste good, and I didn't really want to eat what I was eating, and so I had to force it again. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Breathlessness hasn't been too bad. It's not any worse, so that's a good thing. It's not any worse, but not really any better, and the pain, that has been worse. Yeah, there was one point today I had both sides, my right and my left side, the rib area. It felt like I was being stabbed. A lot of pressure. Actually, I'm feeling some pressure right now, like right in the middle of my chest, right around my breastbone. It feels like somebody's pushing against my chest. So there's a little bit of, it feels like there's compression. So I've also been talking for like over 4 minutes, so that has something to do with it too. And it was just kind of a rough week physically. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, really. Had one of those rare middle-of-the-week holidays with Veterans Day, and I get into work on Tuesday, and they go, oh, yeah, by the way, we're off tomorrow for Veterans Day. I'm like, what? Check the calendar, sure enough. So it's kind of nice having a day where I didn't really have to do anything. I just got some rest in, but even then, that discomfort right front and center. And then random pains. I got up this morning and things automatically start hurting. Yeah. And some other news. Looks like my county in California, Santa Clara County, is going to be reinstituting some restrictions to help stem the rising infection rates we've got here. No more in-person dining after this weekend in restaurants, which I have not done. The last time I actually sat down to eat in a restaurant was March 15th. Had an anniversary breakfast. Anytime else that we have patronized or given business to a restaurant or whatever, it's all been to go. I don't want to feel like I have put the wait staff in harm's way just because I want to have, a meal prepared for me and served to me. I'm not that selfish. A lot of businesses are going to be taking another hit, but unfortunately, there's not really anything we can do about it at this point because people had to do their gatherings, their parties and everything, and spreader events, and saw a little blurb. I didn't actually read the article. It was on my Facebook feed, and then it auto-refreshed, and I couldn't get back to it, but I guess there were from some weddings in Maine has caused, I think it was 177 cases of COVID-19 just from people going to weddings. Makes me very glad that those friends of mine who got married back in September did it virtually. They didn't get the experience that they had originally wanted, but they were still able to have people they wanted there, even if it wasn't in person. So that is basically it. So I'm on this new medication. We'll see if it helps any. I'm hoping it does. I'm also hoping for no nasty side effects. That's happened with me with anything that has an antidepressant in it before. This one, my doctor said, is in a different family than the other ones that I've taken in the past that have had the side effects that have messed with me. So I just got to keep an eye on things. So short one this time. No political diatribes. So keep safe out there. Keep your masks. Keep washing your hands. Socially distance. Talk to you next week.